From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the hourly news blast from LGBTQ Nation. Police in Brooklyn pulled gay New York City Council member Ossé, a Democrat, out of a chain of anti-eviction protesters who had their arms interlocked in front of a brownstone residence buildings in the Bedford-Stuyvesant neighborhood of Brooklyn, New York City on Wednesday. This is part two of the story from Friday. The protesters claimed that the contested eviction resulted from deed theft, the transfer of a home's deed to another person without the knowledge of the original owner, and is part of an ongoing campaign to remove Black and Latiné homeowners from the neighborhood. The theft complaints have reportedly tripled over the last 3 years. Resident Carmela Charrington said in court documents that the property has belonged to her family for over 60 years, but that a corporation, 227 Group LLC, has also claimed ownership of the building and has tried to evict her for nearly the last 2 years. The state attorney general's office and a spokesperson for the property's purchaser called the allegations a mischaracterization. The 227 Group LLC has not been formally accused of any wrongdoing. The corporation claims that it legally acquired the property from Charrington's father through a court-ordered receivership, a legal process where a judge appoints a neutral third party, a receiver, to take control of a property in financial distress or amid litigation. The corporation added that Charrington's eviction was ordered by a judge. While a January 2026 deed shows that Charrington's father transferred the property to her, another deed from 2024 shows that 227 Group LLC purchased the estate from a previous owner for $1.4 million. Charrington was jailed at Rikers Island last week for contempt of court for not complying with eviction orders. Ossé said supporters had successfully raised funds to secure Charrington legal representation. Ossé joined other elected officials to send a letter to New York Governor Kathy Hochul, urging her to issue a moratorium on evictions and deed theft cases, where a property's partial owners force out people who legally own their homes. We witnessed a brutal attack on a council member and community members defending a Black homeowner facing eviction through illegal deed theft. Fellow Democratic New York City Council members Alexa Aviles, Tiffany Caban, and Shahana Hanif wrote in a joint statement after Ossé's arrest. We again demand that Governor Hochul enact an eviction moratorium. Ossé, age 28, is known as a progressive voice on the New York City Council, and it is an ally of Mayor Zohran Mamdani, the Democrat. He was first elected in 2021 and was previously a prominent figure in the Black Lives Matter movement. Upon being seated, he focused his political capital on developing human-centered public safety solutions, such as the community alternatives to police, and on creating innovative ways to combat the city's housing crisis. In November 2024, Ossé helped end the long-standing practice of apartment seekers paying expensive broker fees. He did this by making social media videos that urged city residents to pressure their city council members to pass the Fairness in Apartment Rental Expenses Act. The law, which passed with a veto-proof majority last year, requires brokers' fees to be paid by whoever hired the broker, usually landlords looking to promote their vacancies. Previously, apartment seekers had to pay the fee, adding thousands of dollars to the already expensive relocation process. In June 2022, Ossé spoke out against anti-LGBTQ plus City Council member Vicky Palladino, a Republican, for repeatedly calling drag queen story hours an unacceptable and grotesque form of child grooming and sexualization, insinuating that LGBTQ plus people who interact with children are pedophiles. To insinuate that these performers are groomers during the month of Pride, at that, is wildly homophobic and bigoted, Ossé wrote of Palladino. He also called her out for liking tweets of people calling him a groomer because he's queer. That's the news blast for this hour. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, fstream.org, Streama, Roku, and Alexa. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.